my truck is a 67 Series 2A Land Rover. It was originally from New Zealand. It was a CKD, which is a complete knockdown, which means they shipped it from England to New Zealand in a crate, and it was assembled in New Zealand and then sold there. So that's been about, I don't know, I guess I finished it. Well, it's still not quite finished, but I close to finished about 3 years ago, and I've been driving it ever since. It's a whole different experience. You know, prior to this, I had a Discovery, and you know, when you go four-wheeling in that kind of vehicle, you're closed in. You got the AC on and the music playing. You're not really out in the nature or on the trail as much. I feel like I don't think I ever even realized that until I got this truck, and then I went out four-wheeling in it, and you really are just out there a lot more. I like it a lot better, actually. It's you know, you get hot and you get dusty more than you do in a nice truck like a Discovery or a Range Rover or something like that. But I just like being out there more. I like it with the top off, although I usually just roll up the sides just because it's a pain to take the top off. But you know, if I roll the sides up, take the door tops off, I feel like I'm pretty much in a convertible. And I don't think I'll ever go back to the fully sealed four-wheeling, you know, the closed environment. The driving experience is a lot different than something like a Discovery, where you know, which is an automatic with power steering, power brakes, and you know, traction control and hill climb assist and all that stuff. That truck is a four-speed manual, no power steering. It's a workout driving it, especially on the trails. You know, you're constantly cranking the steering wheel over and trying to get up a hill and working the clutch and the brakes and the gear shift all at the same time. There's a lot going on, and you know, sometimes you can't do everything at the same time. Well, you know, a lot of times if you get on a really good steep hill climb and you're stalled out and you got to pop the clutch and hold the brake and change gears all at the same time, it can be a lot. It definitely takes some getting used to. And sometimes it's nice to just get in an easy point, what I call a point and steer truck, like you know, a Discovery or something like that, where you just drive where you want to go. But you know, it'll get there. It's really very capable. It'll climb just about anything. The only, I mean, if it has limitations, it's probably just the ground clearance is a little bit of an issue sometimes. But you know, it's locked front and rear, so it'll climb just about anything, you know, any other truck will, as long as you don't have ground clearance problems. I've been coming to Uwharrie for about 10 years, I guess. First time I came up here was in my old Discovery, probably 99, so 12 years, I guess. It's a great park, great system of trails, probably the best we have anywhere nearby. I'd say without a doubt, you know, the best within, you know, 4 or 5 hours. You know, good trails. What I do like about Uwharrie is it's, you know, it's so weather dependent. You know, if the trails are dry, you can cruise around just about all the trails, with a couple exceptions, in a stock vehicle. But if it's wet, I mean, it gets so slippery with that red clay on stone, on rocks, that I mean, you can't even stand up sometimes, and you can take a very, very capable vehicle, and the same trail that you could drive up in a stock vehicle the day before, it will be almost impassable in a very built truck. The level of challenge is pretty variable depending on the weather and what trail you're on. So and there's lots of good obstacles and hill climbs and that kind of thing. There's also nice little scenic trails you can just cruise down, and you know, if you've got the family with you or something and you want something just a real relaxing drive, there's that too. And you know, the park itself is beautiful. The lake's nice. And, it's probably my favorite place to go.
This is my second time coming to Uwharrie. Well, I really like the trails. Definitely, yeah, I definitely want a Land Rover. Either a Discovery or a Series. When my dad built it, I've always liked riding in it. And since when we moved up here, my dad started building it, so I've kind of been around it since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I've always liked Rovers, and I like coming and hanging out with Laird, Chase, and Henry because they live in Wilmington, so I don't get to see them a lot. So yeah, and I like seeing everybody else.
I'm looking for more entertainment.